Aloha sports fans, and welcome to the NFL Combine edition of the Maui News Sports Report. I'm Rob Colias, once again joined by Jordan Helly. And Jordan, we have a ton to get to, so let's get right to it. This week, the state boys basketball tournaments, and the MIL wins 4 games in the boys tournaments 1 week after the girls won 4 games, and 8 wins may not sound like a ton among 6 teams, but it's a rare feat for MIL basketball.
Yeah, it has been. In the past years, we've gone 3-4 combined tournaments before we can get to 8 wins. It's been a little bit of a lull in MIL basketball, but the Lady Lunas kind of carrying that flag. The boys kind of getting back to that level. Division II, Seabury with the best finish ever. For an MIL squad in Division II, finishing 3rd, beating Kohala on Saturday in the 3rd place game, falling to eventual state champion Hawaii Prep in the semifinals. In Division I, Baldwin finished 6th, losing to Kona by 1 point in the 5th place game on Saturday. Gave Marinol a very, very tough game in the quarterfinals, a tough draw for the Bears there. Marinol ended up finishing 3rd in the Division I tournament. Lahainaluna with a very impressive, opened a lot of people's eyes around the state with a 30-point victory in the first round over defending state champion Kalaheo. Lost in the quarterfinals to Iolani, who went on to win the Division I state tournament. So for the MIL to kind of bow out to the first place team in Division II, the first place team in Division I, and the 3rd place team in Division I think nothing to really hang their heads about. Very impressive showing. A couple of individuals had some outstanding weekends. Cameron King made the Division II All-Tournament team, averaging 19.7 points per game in his 3 contests. And Ryan Garces from the 6th place Pullman Bear squad, almost unheard of.
Totally unheard of.
For a kid from a 6th place team to make the All-Tournament team. He did that in Division I with 18.7 points per game in his 3 contests. So a very good showing for the MIL in Division I and Division II on the boys basketball side of things. Next weekend will be the wrestlers' turns as they take to the mat in a tournament that will be broadcast. The finals will be on TV, so keep your eyes out for that. But the Lahainaluna boys and girls continued their dominance this past weekend in the MIL tournament.
Without a doubt, the Lunas boys rolled to their 9th straight MIL title with 10 champions in 14 weight classes, 2 more runners-up, so they'll have 12 wrestlers at the state tournament. And of course, that effort is led by defending state champion Bubba Jaramillo. He went out and took care of business easily in his final. He won that 17-6 and tried to make sure, as I talked to him for a story in the paper, that he was ready to watch his defending state champion's sister, Carly Jaramillo, in her match, and she took care of business as well very, very quickly. Now, the Lunas boys will be represented very, very well. There'll be a top 5 finisher at the state tournament, maybe top 3, but really the state team title contender is the Luna girls, who will send 5 MIL champions and 5 runners-up to the state tournament.
Yeah, kind of one of the flag bearers along with the Jaramillos on the girls' side. Lalile Mata'afa, just a sophomore for Lahainaluna, but already 21-0 in her young career. 7-0 this season alone. Won her championship match this past weekend at MILs in 24 seconds. An MMA-type stat for you. She has not had any one of her 21 matches go past the first round.
Crazy.
In her young career. Definitely with her eyes set towards another state title run. Possibly extrapolate that with an opportunity maybe to win 4 in a row if she continues her dominance. But those numbers definitely point to something like that down the road.
She's a special talent, and by the way, never has there been a 4-time state wrestling champion, boys or girls, from the MIL. And moving on to baseball, and Jordan, on Thursday and Saturday, I was treated to a couple of pitching gems that kind of point the needle to the fact that it's going to be a wide open race in Division I.
Yeah, it should be. After a couple of full weekends of preseason tournament action, Maui High and Baldwin will be there. There's no doubt about that. But a couple of teams kind of throwing their hats into the mix as the teams to be reckoned with. Thursday, Riley Waddell, who's the ace of the Kinke Kaulike staff. You may recognize him, from his football exploits. 5 hitless innings against Hawaii Prep, 13 strikeouts, 13 of the 15 total outs that he recorded came via the K, almost unheard of. I don't care who you're playing against. That is impressive numbers. They should be a team to be reckoned with, especially with Dell at the top of their rotation. And then Saturday, Lahaina Luna comes back, also in the Kincaid Kalike tournament, beats Na'ali 6-2. The highlight out of that game, Coney Hamilton goalless. Really the number 2 pitcher on that Lahaina Luna staff.
Behind Kaimana Hancock.
Shows you the depth of the Luna's pitching staff. 6 innings pitched, 5 2/3 of hitless ball. So a couple of gems, as you mentioned, and teams showing that they're really going to kind of make their name known as we get into the MIL season. I think we could have some teams getting knocked off in a very competitive race throughout the MIL slate.
Jordan, as you said, Baldwin and Maui High are at the top of the list, but Kamehameha is going to be in there too, and definitely the Lunas and Na'ali'i are going to have something to say about that MIL race. Speaking of baseball, 2014 Maui High graduate Mark Karaviotis, a freshman shortstop at the University of Oregon, his 2-run pinch hit 9th inning double leads the Ducks to a 5-3 win over Loyola Marymount. His first collegiate hit, and first of many, I believe. Well, that's our sports report for this week, and send us your bobbleheads.